Live from Appleton, it's APTV.
Welcome to APTV, episode 545 for Thursday, June 6th, 2024.
I quit. This week we have Banter news updates, chocolate ice cream, Pelikan Hub Pen Club, Kaweco All Sports, Jotter New York, Jotter Tokyo, a rainbow of vintage Jotters, a contest winner, a new contest, and I'm exhausted.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
You know, I've been reading a lot of books lately.
Have you?
Yep. It's
Okay.
just been my new thing. I've been reading a lot of books. I recently read an entire series on frogs.
Frogs.
Frogs, yeah. You know, little green things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it riveting.
Tomorrow, Friday, June 7th, is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. I like that. There's no better excuse for a tasty treat.
I'm not a huge chocolate ice cream fan.
I'm not either.
Lindsay is. She goes nuts over it.
Yeah.
It's got the chocolate the better, I guess. I like
What's your favorite?
I like vanilla with stuff in it. So
cookies and
cream, cookie dough probably more than anything else. But yeah. But I mean, I make exceptions on Friday.
I like anything with nuts in it. I just like the little crunch.
Saturday, June 8th is World Ocean Day. Originally proposed in 1992, it supports the implementation of sustainable development goals and fosters public interest in the protection of the ocean. So,
Yes, absolutely. This is fun.
and most importantly,
Sunday, June 9th is Donald Duck Day. This is awesome. This commemorates the birthday of the world's favorite cartoon duck. His first on-screen debut was June 9th, 1934.
you're going to be 90 years old.
Wow.
90 years old for Donald Duck.
And when I saw this the first time, you know what popped into my head.
No, what popped in your head?
Sorry, not sorry. The song Disco Duck.
Oh,
come on.
Duck. Oh, my. Oh,
It's just in my head now.
Disco Duck.
Yep.
All right. We have some news.
We do.
So we have Pelikan Hub update. Appreciate everybody who has signed up and selected Appleton as your city. But if you have not signed up,
Keep doing it.
for the Pelikan Hub. Sign up. Select Appleton from the drop-down box. It will be September 27th,
That is a Friday.
2024 at 6:30 p.m. local time. So it'll be after the store closes at 5:30. Then we'll reopen. We'll basically grab dinner, come back, and then we'll start the Pelikan Hub. But sure would appreciate it. Even if you can't make it, sign up. It would really help us out so that we can get Pelikan to acknowledge us as a hub. As a hub.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. But that's in September.
Yes.
Which actually is quite a few months away, but not
Yes.
too far. So Pen Club reminder. How many months?
I'm counting.
June, July, August, September, 4 months actually.
Yeah.
4 months, all right. Pen Club reminder is going to be Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m.
Coming up.
That's a Saturday. So stores open until 2, and then we'll just roll right into Pen Club. Topic of discussion this month is nib tuning and smoothing. We've been selling a lot of these nib tuning and smoothing kits. And so those are available, not required to come to Pen Club, but if you want to play along, you can grab one of those in advance or you can pick it up the day of. We'll get it all set up for you, and then we can practice on the nibs and we can make our way into learning how to smooth nibs.
This tuning and smoothing kit is really good because you can practice and destroy or have these nibs turn out imperfectly, and you're not ruining the nib on your pen.
Yeah. Practice on, we used to say practice on junk first. These are actually not even junk. They're really very durable, iridium-tipped fountain pen nibs, vintage fountain pen nibs.
Which is hard to find.
Which is hard to find. Yeah, correct. And they're very durable. I mean, I tried to grind off the tipping with one of the 2000 grit squares, and it was very difficult. So these are solid nibs to be used for this purpose. So
Really good practice.
June 22nd, 2 to 4, nib tuning and smoothing at the APC, I guess.
There you
Appleton
go.
Pen Club.
And when you are at the pen club, our pen club, I don't know what we're going to call him. He's coming up with his own title.
It's not liaison.
It's not liaison, probably. But
Pen Club
Bob,
Dude.
Pen Club Dude.
Pen Club Dude.
Bob. Hey, Bob. Is going to want to try and collect some. I know. Emails or phone numbers. Just he's not a big Facebook person, so the Facebook page for the Pen Club, somebody else might need to volunteer for him. But
you were just trying to find a couple people to take over some of these small things.
Yeah.
And
but
help out.
He's got some good ideas, and we're excited to help offload some of that and have some help with it.
Yeah, and as always, too, if anybody has any ideas or things that they want to talk about or discuss at any one of the monthly Pen Club meetings, we're open to. I mean, we provide the space. We want to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Right. So
if you don't want to talk about vintage Esterbrook pens from 1932, then we won't talk about that.
Awesome.
So.
Cool.
All right.
Reminder, Father's Day is 10 days away. If you haven't gotten your father a gift and you are just putting it off, do it sooner than later. Don't forget, we can gift wrap for you. Just choose gift wrap as an option, and we will take care of that. We can even ship it directly to your dad, so you don't even have to mess with any of that.
Yep. And of course, gift certificates, always a good idea.
Yep.
Have them available in store as well as online. If you have any questions about that, just give us a call. So
Awesome. Other news, the Diamine Inkvent calendars from 2023.
2023. Yep.
We do still have a couple left at a closeout price, so if you put it off or if you went through yours and you wish that you had another one, grab it now. Only a couple left.
What do you call a fly with no wings? A walk.
We've got a spotlight this week on Kaweco All Sports fountain pens.
Okay.
I love these. I think these are great pens. Aluminum, of course, version of the classic sport steel nib. Really a kind of a bomb-proof pen. I've had one of these as a tester, and I love how it seals up the nib so nice that it's ready to go whenever you want to use it, which is not always the case with every pen. International cartridge pen, steel nib, and I like that on the All Sport, these nibs are threaded. So if you want to clean it, you can just literally just pull it out like that, drop it in your little soaker cup that you got some pen flush in or something if you're going to clean it, and just easy to do. And they come in a nice assortment of colors too.
I am a fan of anything that is easy to clean.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is the Stonewashed. This has been out for several years, and when they first came out, I really thought it was genius because if you have one,
It was Jean, yes?
oh,
Because it looks like jeans.
excuse me, let's just cut while I deal with you. This is how a standard non-stonewashed might look after being kept in your pocket with your change and your keys and whatever else. And it just really gives it a cool, different look.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about keeping it perfect. That's what I
Right.
like about it.
Yeah. I love the red.
The red is
personally.
nice, vibrant. The gray is a lovely gray, actually.
Several colors. They do come out with new colors periodically,
This one's
but
the-
I do like the tried and true classics.
The raw, which is designed to be beat up.
Yeah. So keep in mind that Kaweco nibs do, as a German nib, they do tend to run a little wide. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your nib.
And they've got the cool logo on the top,
Yeah.
which is really nice, that little coin.
So, pocket pens are great, but sometimes they can be too light because they are so small. So this gives you
This is a
enough
good
weight
weight.
in the hand.
It's a good weight, and posted, it's a nice,
decent size.
a nice size.
Does it fit in your hand?
It does. If it's nice. I mean, I wish I could have mine back. I mean, I got mine, and then it became a tester, and then I've never used it since.
Story of my life.
Story of your
So
life.
many of my pens are testers.
So.
It's a sacrifice we're willing to make.
So that's a little, just a quick reminder on those. They're just such a good little pen.
You could bring yours home.
I
on the
could.
weekends.
I could on the weekend. Yeah, I get it on I get weekends.
Your
Every
weekends,
other weekend.
Your weekend custody, yeah.
All right.
All right.
We should also mention we do have a couple in the ballpoint too.
These are great.
Which is kind of neat. It almost reminds me of like a sketch pencil, but it's got this very soft touch, which is very, would you say, Caran d'Ache almost? You know, Caran d'Ache has that kind of that soft mechanism where you push down and
It's not super
like
clicky and noisy.
you don't feel it engage like you would say a Parker Jotter.
Yeah, you might not offend quite as many people in a meeting.
It takes the Mini D, a 132 refill, but it matches. So if you've got the gray here, I've got the matching gray ballpoint.
Yeah,
which is
so
really
very
kind of
cool.
a cool thing. So, but speaking of Jotters,
Speaking of Jotters,
we got a couple special editions.
We do.
These are a new thing this year.
can I go first
You
and
can go
mix
first.
up our order?
Go ahead.
The Tokyo, which is a really pretty pink. It's got little sakura flowers and
It's got a little Tokyo skyline
Tokyo
on there.
skyline on it.
We got Tokyo Tower on there, maybe.
I really like what they're doing with some of these special editions.
So this is the New York, and it's got the windows on the bottom.
Now, this does have a more clicky.
Yeah, it's a Jotter. It's recognizable by the
Yes.
click. It's a nice firm push, and then it engages. You know what's going on.
No, yeah.
But the Jotter, and then they come in.
In your in your classic Jotter style, size, everything, just a little bit modern design.
Yeah, and I like it's an all metal barrel.
Yes.
So it comes. Each one comes in a fancy
Look at that.
New York City on the side. Nice little box.
Very cool.
So yeah, so that's pretty cool. The Tokyo is neat. It's a neat pink color, but we also have some vintage
Okay.
Jotters in colors.
Yes.
The rainbow. I mean, and these have plastic barrels, not the metal barrels that the new ones
Okay.
do. But we've got just a wide assortment of colors: pink, yellow,
Love
orange.
these.
I've got a couple of these with tags on. Sorry.
Keep in mind the bright ones will be harder to lose in your messenger bag or purse.
Look at that lime green.
That's cool.
Isn't that something?
Different shades of blue.
Yeah, that one's neat.
Kind
Kind
of
of almost a
teal.
tealish.
Yep.
Yep.
You've got burgundy and brown.
Coffee brown.
That's a great
This
color.
one's my favorite because it's just such a different color.
That's sage green.
It's the sage green.
Father's Day's coming up. Do you want a Jotter?
Do I need a Jotter? Is maybe the better question.
Needs a Jotter,
Well,
except
I don't
Justin.
know.
He's got a collection.
This is a super cool color of
It is.
all the colors we have. I like this one the best because
Hot pink.
it's different. And then there's hot pink, which actually isn't too far off of that Tokyo, is it? So we got a couple of pink options for you. So just an assortment of colorful Jotters. Most of these have plastic threads on the cap, so they're 90s or early 2000s. But just something fun, you know. If you always wanted a yellow, I mean, who doesn't want a bright, fun yellow Jotter? I don't know. So
I'm a fan of the more classic style. It's so easy these days to get caught up in whatever the cool new sparkly whatever. Go with tried and true. You can't go wrong with a Jotter.
yeah. So
Sage green for Father's Day.
the sage green is
Or
pretty
your
cool,
birthday.
unless somebody helps me out and takes care of it.
Okay.
Makes it go away. So and all very reasonably priced. And I think almost all of these are like new old stock. So
Great.
real good. We've got
Spotlight on our outlet.
Outlets.
Don't forget to check the outlet regularly. We do quietly put things into the outlet pretty much every week, things that we find out are discontinued or we're no longer going to sell. And right now we do have a couple really good deals on some discontinued Retro 51s. So don't miss out on that.
great. Yep.
And you've got some vintage pens.
I got some new vintage pens this week.
I'm super excited about one.
Oh, you're super excited about one? Okay, well,
Afraid you're going to break it.
we're not going to break it.
Okay.
So these will be going up on the website soon. Some really, really cool Swan 46 Eternal.
I'm a
in
big
jade
fan
green.
of any flat top pen.
Any big flat top pen. This is a big flat top pen. It actually has a cool engraving on the back of the cap,
What does it say?
which the person's initials, but it's a quite lovely engraving.
You do like engravings.
I do like engravings, and it's a little bit unusual to see it on the back of the cap because that would never be a place you would see it. Normally you want it on the side of the cap, so if you're writing with it, you can see the engraving or the barrel. But this is a nice big pen, a number 6 swan nib. It's a really nice, it presents well. Then I've got a couple of oversized balances. I love these, black and pearl. We've got some mild honey ambering here on the barrel, but not
Very
bad.
common.
And it's got some brassing on the trim, but nice big nib.
big-ass pen.
It's a nice nib. I love these oversized balances.
You've got a couple, don't you?
I do. Black and pearl, and then even harder to find, the jade. And this is really pretty even color.
Yes.
You can tell it's darkened a little bit from the cap, but it's pretty nice. It's really pretty nice.
And we should mention that you almost always find the jade pens to be discolored.
Yes. Almost always discolored. And a lot of the Schaefer and Parker pens from this era, the materials they use, the off-gassing from the latex sacks, cause the celluloid and the materials to darken. But this is very, very nice.
Good.
Very nice. It's not perfect, but it is 110% presentable. The trim is in really nice shape. So oversized jade balance. That's pretty cool. This one is super cool. And you're probably wondering, why am I talking about a ring top? Because ring tops normally don't go in the same sentence as super cool. But this is another jade flat top Schaefer. Again, nice color. So this is the other jade, but very nice even color on this. There's a factory stub nib.
Nice.
Which is really, really pretty sweet. So we've got that.
And you write with all these, right?
Yeah. So I ink these up and then I test them. Yeah. And that one's a really great pen. I'm going to jump ahead to a couple of interesting curiosities. I have 2 of these available. This right here is a very early eagle.
That's skinny.
And this is like a
skinny.
brass barrel. And it has this kind of really cheap steel nib. But what makes this such an interesting, why am I talking about this? This is the first, this is one of the first fountain pens ever made with a cartridge. So everybody thinks, oh, it was Waterman in the 60s. No, it was Eagle about 50 years before that. So this is the original cartridge. It would go on here, and I wouldn't even test it if I were you. But then it just goes in the barrel. So I have 2 of these with the original cartridges. One of them actually has the original cork seal on top of the cartridge, but they're just kind of fun little. Whether or not they're good writers, probably not. But an interesting curiosity. And last but not least,
This is fun.
this is people think I'm crazy when I show them this, because this looks like I've lost all my marbles, and old man Anderson's going down the tubes or something here. But
I still love you.
this is a hard to find pen. This is a very hard to find pen, complete.
Okay.
This is a Parkette. Actually, it's labeled Parkette on the barrel, the Hopalong Cassidy model, and you've got Hopalong Cassidy here on the cap.
It's just adorable.
Normally, when you see these, the caps are severely broken, or part of the head's broken off. This one, pretty good condition. It's got a little bit of nibbling on the ends from probably being banged around a little bit, but nothing is cracked, nothing is broken. These are actually ballpoints. The refill is not coming out of this one, so good luck. But it has one of these kind of thin refills. You might be able to make something for it if you wanted to.
Hopalong Cassidy.
Hopalong Cassidy screen printed on the side. It's got a cool little horse and
It's very
thing
cool.
motif going on.
It's just different.
It's just different. It doesn't work, but it's got the full Hopalong Cassidy cap. I know Lindsay loved it.
Her birthday's coming
She's
up.
going to kill me when she sees that. So anyway, those are some of the new vintage pens this week that will be up.
Excellent.
And I have one more vintage repair-related thing.
Okay.
So this went up on the website this last week. This is what we call the Anderson Pen section file. And I was sitting down and I was actually restoring these pens, and I said, you know what, I needed another one. And so I asked Lisa if she could get me some. And I said, well, if I need this, other people need this. What is this for? This is a very
rough grit.
very coarse grit, like an emery board. It's an
Yes.
emery board. And it's used for roughing up.
Never on nibs.
Never on nibs. Never on nibs. Well, only once.
Yeah.
It's used for roughing up the surface of a section before you put a sack on, apply shellac and put a sack on, because we want that section, we want all the old shellac off, we want any imperfections, we want it to be nice and smooth.
And old pieces of dried rubber sack that sometimes are left on there. I mean, sometimes they're really gross, and you don't realize how much extra junk is left on there.
Yeah. Even after scraping off with a knife, I then go at it with one of these, and you can use either side. Both sides are extremely coarse for the purpose, and then you just kind of make it nice and smooth, wipe it off, and then you can go about making sure that when you put the sack on, it's going to stay on, and it's not going to be, it's not going to fall off. So anyway, we have 5 packs of these. They're super inexpensive. You can add it on your order. Maybe help you get to that $59 free shipping threshold.
Do not use the same one on your nails that you do on your dried up, desiccated sacks
Well, you could,
and
but
shellac.
yeah, these will get black and kind of nasty.
Do not
and then,
recommend that for safety and hygiene reasons.
So
just get a couple new ones. They're cheap and just.
they're really handy. They're very handy for cleaning those sections off. Because otherwise, you look at it and you go, well, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So.
That's a pretty good ceiling. It's not the best, but it's up there.
We had a contest last week.
We did.
Our annual survey. Do we do this every year?
I think we do it more than that, but
What is your favorite ruling? Lined, blank, graph, dot, grid, Cornell, French, or something else?
lined. I am team lined.
Your team lined. Okay. Summer Pearl
Absolutely.
says, I love blank with a guide sheet beneath. Shh. The finished product looks like the old-fashioned elegant papers of the past, which we all marvel at today for their beautiful writing.
True. That's the only way I could do blank is if there's a really dark.
I have tried that.
It's
I
not,
can't do it.
okay.
I can't do it.
I
don't
like
know
lined.
why. I put the sheet under there because I had a pad of Triomphe that I used for testing all the vintage pen, and I've got this stupid lined thing that I put underneath, and then
It's just not working.
it doesn't.
For you?
It's not for me.
Okay.
It needs to be lined or not at all.
Okay. Debbie Podgorski says, French ruled is my new favorite as I am practicing cursive lettering, and it helps me to write and to get my letters more uniform. Absolutely. I've looked at that. That just confuses me.
Yeah.
It makes my eyes just bug out.
I'm going to botch this, and I apologize. Charis Audette says, I enjoy French rule currently because I've been working on refining my cursive writing style. My slant tends to go upright or starts leaning to the left. I've researched ways to work on a correction, and this was the best fix for me. So great. Good.
When I was in, I think it was junior high or high school, you're experimenting with how you write your name and all of that. And for a while, I went from slanting to the right to slanting to the left because I thought it looked cool. But
I used to do really long, tall letters, very thin. I did that for a very brief period.
Really?
It was actually a cool look. It'd make a really cool font, but not
a whole lot of extra work
not
to
for the teacher.
think
not for
about.
the teacher.
Yeah.
So, who's up here? David Ottman says, fun and interesting show as always. I had to look up French ruled and found Chris's excellent video. I'll pick up a notebook of this next time through. You asked our preferences. Mine is dot grid. It's a great aid whether drawing or writing and isn't too distracting. I need some structure, so blank is out for me.
Yep.
Grid has a place when drawing rectangular things, especially to scale, but it's too busy for general use. Lined is for writing, but printed lines are like writing with training wheels. I'm older than that. However, writing on a blank sheet with a lined sheet underneath is an acceptable cheat. Thanks for the great show. Yeah, so he's covered really covered every.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Mark Segesser says, I like the minimalism of a dot grid. Just enough structure to keep things organized, but otherwise just fades into the
I
background.
might have to try that.
I can't do dot grid. It makes me, it intimidates me. I'm just going to go there. It makes me feel like I should be more creative than I am. So I just can't do it.
Harold Maringer says, hi, Lisa and Brian. Thanks for another great video. I use both lined and dot grid for almost everything, and blank with sometimes a guide sheet, and grid for quick layout sketches. I'll have to try out French ruled for cursive practice to see if it helps. My main concern is the ink bleeding through. Shadowing, I write on both sides, and feathering. Yeah, that's a concern for every
he's
paper.
just bragging that he can do all of it. I can use line and dot grid and blank. It's just way too talented for me. Good for you, Harold. Sally Atkinson says, Lisa, your hairstyle is so flattering today. It really shows off your gorgeous cheekbones. Thank you, Sally. I love you. For notebooks, I prefer dot grid as it gives me so much flexibility. Line pages make me feel like I have to fill out the entire line before moving on. Interesting point. While the dot grid lets me easily use bullet points or outlines. For letter writing, I prefer blank lines. I grew up using blank stationery, so I suppose I'm just used to that. Yes, sometimes my handwriting tilts up or down. Mine is a roller coaster. But that just doesn't bother me very much. Another great show. Thank you.
So here's a question for you.
Yes.
So Sally's talking about dot grid.
Yes.
Allows her to easily use bullet points or outlines.
Yes.
Where do you line up your letters? Do you line them up in between the dots? Or if you're doing it bullet points, do you line them up next to the dots? Dumb question.
This is why
Dumb question?
I don't
know.
dot
I don't
grid.
know.
Sally, explain it to me.
That's the first thing I thought of. Is, well, how would you do that? So we do have a winner. I get to butcher it again. I'm sorry. Charis Audette says, I enjoy French rule currently because I've been working on refining my cursive writing style. Didn't we read this?
We did.
Read this. Yeah.
Yep.
My slant tends to go upright or starts leaning to the left. I researched ways to work on a correction, and this was the best fix for me. So congratulations. Send an email to eric@andersonpens.com. He will take care of getting that $20 credit onto your AP account.
Cool.
We have a new contest?
New contest. So another, quote, annual survey. What is your favorite nib width? Fine, extra fine, medium, broad, stub, some specialty nib, something else? Follow-up question. Has your preferred nib width ever changed? That will be interesting.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yours?
I probably started out like medium, and then I went to broad, and then I went to wide fines, and
But it depends on the pen.
It depends on the pen. So right now, I hate to say that I've progressed to the point where the nib is not so much as important as the rest of the package.
Oh, no. For me, it's the nib.
Now, extra fine, never.
Okay.
Never.
Stub?
Yeah. I'll do anything but extra fine. I just won't do it. Fines are okay, and if they're wider, like I think this DuPont has a fine nib on it, but look at the rest of it. Gold
Right.
dust. It's beautiful. I love it. So for me, then I've moved to the point where if the body has what I'm looking for, if the pen checks all the boxes, the nib is really inconsequential. What do you got? Fine,
Okay.
medium, great.
I prefer a fine with good flow. So if it's a Japanese pen, which tends to run finer, it's got to have really good flow so it's not too fine. But anything more than a medium, I write fairly small,
Yeah.
and so my E's and my L's start to get blobby, and I just feel like it's this big mess, and I just can't do it.
Yeah, broads and stubs, it depends on how broad they are, because then they get kind of beyond the range of what is really, I don't want to say usable on a daily basis.
Well, it depends
but
on what you do
yeah,
and how you're using it. But for me, a stub, no, never.
Modern
Broad,
stubs are just huge. That's why I enjoyed this pen with the stub, because it's not, it's like a 0.9 or something. I didn't measure it, but it's less than a 1.1. It's
Right.
a very usable, just has enough subtle difference in it that it's interesting. So I would use something like that. But these 1.1s and 1.5s, probably not a normal everyday
That's too
nib.
big.
That's too
Yeah.
big.
So
anyway,
favorite nib width, and has it changed over the course of your fountain pen usage? So that's a good question.
one commenter will be chosen at random to win a $20 credit on his or her Anderson Pens account. What else you got? Anything?
No.
Sign up for the Pelikan Hub. Sign up
Yes.
for the Pelikan Hub. You have until the end of the month, I think.
Yes.
Third week of the month to
June
sign up.
24th,
Whether
I
you
think.
can make it or not,
Sign
it helps
up,
us out.
pick Appleton. We're excited to be chosen as a hub, and it'll be fun.
And don't forget
And we'll have food.
And Hopalong will
Hopalong.
be here.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
You can check us out on social media as Anderson Pens, and like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we sure would appreciate it.
To our what?
YouTube. Bye.